What up, guys? Today, we are trying out something I want to call the DPS banner. We are basically combining two perks and having the interaction between Purity of Purpose, which will give the banner a area of effect damage bonus, and then Glory Shield, which makes the banner last longer. So these two perks are going to interact, and it's going to make banner basically a grenade in a sense. I'm also increasing our damage with it as well. I am not using Icon with this build. I am making sure that this banner is here for DPS, and obviously it's gonna heal our armor as well. I'm also using Intimidating Aura. Intimidating Aura is a very strong bulwark perk at the moment, and it's going to allow me to output a lot of damage, as you see. So this is basically a really nice DPS bulwark build that centers around the banner's ability to basically clear out mobs. And, you know, also the power sword's good. I am using the bolt pistol here just for fun. I really should bring out the plasma pistol more often, but yeah, sometimes I just, you know, if I'm focusing on one aspect of my DPS, sometimes I kind of just want to showcase that a little bit more than, like, let's say if I had the plasma pistol here, like, maybe you won't know how strong Intimidating Aura is or something. It's honestly, I should be using the plasma pistol. The bolt pistol's so bad, but still, it is the weapon I am using in this video. And yeah, this operation starts off pretty sweaty. And yeah, you can see some spore mines there. Those are kind of dangerous for sure. Spore mines are always going to be dangerous. But now I'm getting swarmed here. I am getting swarmed by majors. I'm getting swarmed by minorists. I'm just getting absolutely swarmed. So what I want to do here is basically land some parries. So I'm trying my best to wait for the majors to start swinging at me with their, you know, melee attack. Obviously, Power Whirl is very strong, but there it is. So the parry is going to put down a shock field, which is another layer of DPS. It's another layer of area of effect damage. So essentially, this bulwark is very dangerous to approach because the banner is doing DPS area of effect damage, and then the parries can also drop the shock field, which is area of effect damage. And then I also have Intimidating Aura. And obviously, everyone knows how strong Intimidating Aura is. And the team right now, we have a Heavy who unfortunately goes down. And we have a Tactical. So overall, our DPS is actually pretty good. We're pretty much a DPS team here. And honestly, I don't really sweat it. You know, if Absolute can definitely be a pain. And there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong in Absolute. So you just gotta make sure you're ready for rezzing when you need it. And a great way to be ready for rezzing when you need it is Bonds of Brotherhood. This Heavy has Bonds of Brotherhood, and that is perfect to help us continue basically going through this operation without sweating the health that we aren't getting from, you know, Invigorating Icon. And there is a good look at our team perks. We do have a fair amount of contested health support and then Bonds of Brotherhood. So the team perks are actually doing a great job at keeping our health pools basically from hurting too much. Even without Icon, there are ways you can support your health. And now here's a banner that I am dropping to hopefully give the team a little bit more DPS. And essentially any mobs that get near us here are going to be taking 2 layers of area of effect damage from the shock parry that was there briefly. And then you can see this banner. You can definitely see how long the banner lasts. And you can always just jump back to this just to refill your armor a little bit, which is fun. But yeah, this is a zone growth that's very dangerous. I do a very poor job at dodging zone growths in this video, but I do a great job at handling mobs, which is great. See, for example, right there, just getting nailed at with that beam. Sometimes it's kind of weird. They don't do the beam so often, so whenever they do it now, I kind of, you know, it kind of catches me off guard. For whatever reason, you do see zone throws kind of just spam the green orbs nowadays. I really do need some more practice with the beams, but I just simply don't see them enough, so I don't know. And honestly, I also have been playing a lot of sniper, so That also explains why I don't see those beam attacks enough, because normally the zone throws go down very, very fast against Sniper. But yeah, right here, somebody dropped some shock grenades, so it's kind of funny to see this. If I can get a parry off, we can get like almost 3 layers of shock damage. That would definitely be interesting. I'm not too sure if they stack. Oh, but here's a great example of the banner just holding off the enemy from getting near us, basically right there. The entire wave of gaunts right there were just absolutely eviscerated. My team did open up this fight with a nice damage bonus as well, so we were able to take out the majors. And I was practically just looking around, looking for something to do there, because the banner and my team did most of the work. Banner's still very strong, even without Icon. And I gotta say, the DPS version of the banner was really fun. Just using banner in different situations and finding ways to use banners in finding ways to use banners in different situations. Sorry, it's really fun, and it's also very rewarding because the game starts to open up. It starts to feel a little bit different when you are having different moments to use your signature skills with. And yes, these Raveners are definitely an issue. They just keep going underground and jumping back up. Even though we're on a bridge, they can just freely go underground and do what they want. Raveners are kind of funny. Honestly, I think Raveners are more annoying than Biovores at the moment. As far as, how annoying they are and how fun they are to fight. I think Biovores are actually kind of funny. Raveners used to be funny, but now sometimes I feel like Raveners just don't want to fight a lot of times. Sometimes it just doesn't work out when you want to fight them, and they just run away. Now, I get it, Biovores run away too, but at the very least, I feel like whenever you approach a Biovore, you are going to be able to get them to, melee you. And they, obviously, they still will run away. And speaking of Biovores, seriously, speaking of Biovores, I still really hate Spore Mines. Dude, yeah, Biovores, yeah, obviously they run away, right? So sometimes it can be a bit weird to, approach them and really take out the Biovore, making sure you guys don't get, too swarmed by Spore Mines. But yeah, sometimes Biovores, they just essentially are kind of funny, like like right there. Like that's why they're funny, is they could just do this little they just push us out of the way, and then just, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. They really do just kind of run past people and just push them out of the way. It almost makes it look like they have something better to do. Now, that zone throw beam is the second one I was hit with in this operation, and yeah, that's not good, man. I definitely need some zone throw beam practice. But still, regardless, luckily we had the DPS banner and we were able to get some nice DPS on the zone throws there, even with the bolt pistol. And yeah, the Biovore is down here as well. I'm pretty sure one of my teammates got the Biovore, so we were good. We were good. But still, I do have a mortal wound. My teammate has a mortal wound. This was definitely a sweaty operation to get through. Intimidating Aura was a great showcase. There was so many moments where the basically the area of effect damage from the parries and the shock grenade field that is also, like, for example, right there, that is just a lot of damage. That is just a lot of damage that is stacking on top of each other and really makes it difficult for swarms to continue swarming you. And this part of this operation is a great part to really test what a new build could potentially do. So here I dropped the banner to make sure that I take out these mobs that are around me. It gives me some room to actually help support my teammate over there. And look, the banner's still around. Warrior Shield is so good. But yeah, this Enraged Major, as soon as he gets into this banner situation, he's done. There's nothing he can do because Purity of Purpose is actually pretty strong, especially when you are playing around it. And not to mention, the shock field also helps out take out just large groups of mobs. This was a very fun bulwark build to use, but it was also very strong. It was definitely a strong build to try out. Intimidating Aura obviously is a great perk, but I find, I basically found the extra time with banner to be very useful. And yeah, I really enjoyed the way everything kind of basically synergized together with this build. But still, zone throws can still be an issue. I could definitely drop a banner here, which I do end up doing. That's hilarious. I dropped the banner here to increase my damage, but I get absolutely bombarded by green orbs. However, I was still able to support my contested health because we had 2 very good contested health team perks. And right there, I steal the button from my teammate. On some I don't know, I just saw the button, I went for it. It really doesn't matter. I just thought it was a funny thing to do. But yeah, for the Emperor, very good operation that we're almost done with. We get jumped on by extremists right there, which was definitely kind of one of those situations where it was like, all right, we're not finishing this operation until we kill these lictors. And that's exactly what we go for. we basically go for taking out these extremists right before we actually have to finish the operation. Boom, big parry, boom, extremists down. The heavy over there, taking out the extremists as well. Lictors can be kind of funny, like that was actually kind of funny, but I really do find them fun to fight because they are just super aggressive. And yeah, the bolt pistol doing some support range DPS. Now, this was before 6.2, and I believe in 6.2, Glory Shield was changed, so you could basically receive, you basically had a damage resistance to all damage and not just range damage. So this build was actually buffed, which is interesting. But honestly, I just really enjoyed the way these 2 perks interacted, so I wanted to just showcase the fact that, hey, Purity of Purpose is really dangerous with some extra time on the banner, and I was able to get a fair amount of melee damage. Intimidating Aura, very good. Purity of Purpose, very good. Glory Shield, very good.